What's going on, friends? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to set your goals going into the new year where you actually accomplish them this time. You see, for most people, they relive the same shitty year over and over again, and it actually gets to the point where it damages the psychology where you almost want to quit setting goals because you say, I'm going to make it this year. I'm going to start the thing. I'm going to do it. It's going to be my year. And then it isn't. So then it makes us feel kind of like an imposter. It affects our confidence and it makes us not want to set goals going into the next year. But I'm going to show you in today's video how to fix all that so you can actually make this year the best year yet. I need you to subscribe to the channel. That way you know whenever a new video drops. All right, let's start with the biggest mistakes where most people go wrong setting goals going into the new year. Number one, most people set their goals that are just way too big because they assume they're gonna stay feeling like they do right now. I love the beginning of the year vibes. It feels like a reset. It feels like a breath of fresh air. But then most people set themselves up for failure here in about 2 weeks when those feelings of excitement and motivation are gone. What percentage of the time were you motivated, fired up, excited, and feeling like you are right now? I'm guessing not that much. So if that's the case, we need to set up your goals and your plan as if you're not going to be motivated at all this year. Common mistake number two, basing what you're doing off what your friends are doing. We cannot base your goals and your plan off of someone else. That's just not practical and it will set you up for failure. Everything we do with our clients is based off of who is in front of us, who we're working with, not off of a demographic, not off of a group, not off of anything standardized. It is off of who's in front of us, and you should look at yourself the same way. Common mistake number three, do not have a timeline. Let's say you set out to lose, 50 pounds this year, but you know, okay, that's about a pound a week-ish, but then what happens in the first 2 weeks of the year? You don't lose any weight, or you gain a little bit of weight. Now you're in panic mode. This is why I like the idea of high intention, low attachment. You may intend to lose a bunch of weight, but you have to have low attachment to the actual outcome because we can't always control that. And lastly, common mistake number four is be purely outcome driven. A big mistake a lot of people make when going into the new year is they set only outcomes or external things and no intrinsic or internal things. What if you lose 20 pounds of fat and gain 20 pounds of muscle? 20 pounds of fat lost, 20 pounds of muscle gained. The scale will say the exact same thing, but you will look night and day different. But if your sight was set on, no, I have to lose 20 pounds because you were so tied to the outcome, you'll feel like a failure even though you had the best results ever on both sides. We can't always control outcomes. We can control our actions. On that, you need to have both intrinsic and extrinsic goals. Here's why. If your goals are action-based, you can always control that. We cannot always control our outcomes because the last thing you want to be is chasing your goal. The vibe of chasing does not feel good. You're a woman at a restaurant and some guy is chasing you, trying to get a relationship with you or getting with you in bed that night, and they're just desperate. They're doing whatever it takes. It's the exact same thing with weight loss. If you are desperate in chasing and operating out of lack with your goals, it actually repels them further away from you. We cannot control where your body loses weight from. We cannot control the outcome itself, but we can always control our actions. So instead of saying, I want to lose 50 pounds this year, maybe you should say, I'm going to work out 3 times a week this year. I'm going to drink 2 liters of water a day this year. I'm going to start tracking my protein this year. All of those things are completely in your control, but it feels gross if you go, no, I have to lose 50 pounds this year. You have no idea how, but then you're chasing that. No, I have to lose 50 pounds. No, I have to lose 50 pounds. And then when you lose 40 pounds, you feel like a failure because you missed your goal. But if your goals that you are focusing on is your actions or intrinsic goals, you will be so much further ahead, it's not even funny. So the other piece to intrinsic goals doesn't even have to do with an external outcome at all. You may go walk every day because it starts your morning off great. You eat more protein because it makes you feel full and satisfied. You need action-based goals and intrinsic goals as well that are not predicated on some external outcome like weight loss. So if you want to lose 50 pounds, if you want to get really consistent, if you do want to get healthy, whatever the outcome is that you want, you have to ask yourself, who do I have to become who loses 50 pounds? I don't know about you, but I'm about having results that stay. If you want to change your personal reality, you have to change your personality, which means your values and character traits have to change. This version of you may do too many quick fixes or lose weight now and try to speed things up that's not supposed to be. Versus that version of you slows things down, does things the right way over everything. Then get clear on the values, personality, and character traits of the version of yourself that you're trying to become. You need to align all of your actions with that version. of you. It is the simplest but hardest step in this whole process, because once you decide what you want, who you have to become to get it, and the values and character traits of that person, you have to change. You'll eventually have a stack of irrefutable proof that you are who you say you are, which is that version of yourself, making the old version of you, who you are now, obsolete. I hope this was helpful. I hope this brought you clarity. You're probably gonna wanna watch this a couple more times because we got a little bit deeper than I thought we would. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you know when more videos like this come out, and I will talk to you next time.